Welcome. This is the Microsoft project interface where we'll be carrying out all the programming activities. It is divided into two sections. We have the left sections here, which are further divided into various columns. And we have the right section here, where we'll be seeing the bar charts of our activities. So here we have the first column here, indicators, which shows us the status of each activity, whether they are delayed or on time. We have the task mode. There are two types of task mode. We have the automatic and manual mode. We have the names, task names for all the activities that you'll be carrying out in the project. This is where we will list them. I'm seeing leveling display here. We're not going to be using this for now, so we can remove it. I'll right click and hide it. I don't need it. We have duration. Of course, we need duration. Each activity duration will be entered here. We have the start, of course, the start date for each activity, and of course the finish dates here on this other column. Then we have the successor. So this is the column where we would be carrying out relationship between one activity and the other. But instead of successor, I prefer predecessor column. So you can easily add a column or delete a column by right clicking up here. You can right click any of the points here where you want to add a new column or the column you want to remove by right clicking. So in this case, I want to insert a new column, which will give you a list of options of column that you can add. So I want to add a predecessor. This is predecessors. I'll be using predecessors, so I won't have any need for successor, so which means that I can hide it. Fine. Now I have predecessor. Then I have resources here, resource columns, where I can add various resources to the tasks I'll be entering in the project. So before we go further, before we begin to enter our activities, it is very important to set your project. So what we'll be doing now, we're going to set our project to various data that we'll be using. So I'll go up here and click project information. Then when do you want the project to start? Is it today, which is 8th of September 2023? Probably not. I'm not starting the project today. So my project will be starting, let's say, next week. So I'll put 15th of September on Friday, or let's start on Monday instead, 11th of September 2023. Finish date, we don't know when it will finish yet. Then schedule start from project start date, yes, and then current date, which is today, which is 8th of September. So every other entries we can leave it the way they are. Then I'll come and click OK. Then we want to also look at the work time. Let me go again. So I want to click here, change working time. So this is the default calendar that the project is giving me, standard project calendar. So it is showing me that the working days is legend is white. The one indicated in white are the working days. This gray means non-working day. So here, this is the calendar. It means from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays are working days. And today being 8 is in dark in the black spot, while the Saturday is gray and Sunday too is gray, which means they are non-working days. So depending on the project you are doing, you may want to change these non-working days to working days. So then you also have the working time here, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Then we have 1 hour break, that's from 12 to 1. Then you start continuing again from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. So this is calendar seems to be okay for me, for the type of work I want to do. Let's say, for example, I'm doing for a construction project, so this is okay. But however, if it is not okay, you can always create your own calendar here by clicking here. You then name your calendar, you create, and you after naming it, you click OK, and you put the entries the way you want it. So I want it, I'm okay with it this way, so I'm going to click OK. Then there are other options you can set, other items here. Leave that for now. We can always go back to the settings. So the first thing you need to do is to create your work breakdown structure, WBS. Work breakdown structure. So it's not part of our activity. I'll just type it here for your notice. So what it means is that you are going to list down all the activities that are involved in your project. That's the very first thing to do. For instance, if our project, if we are doing a program for, let's say, cooking and event management. Let's say you're a caterer and you have to manage an event. So how do you excuse me? So how are you going to ensure successful planning and implementation of the event? First of all, you need to prepare. You need to go to the market to get your cooking items. you prepare the food and take it to the venue and decorate the venue. So we start by let's say going to the market to do what, to buy items. Then after going to the market, we are going to prepare prepare foods. After preparing the food, what do? You take it to the venue, convey to venue, convey to venue. After conveying to the venue, of course, we're going to serve people, serve the food. Now, what are the activities involved in the market? When you reach market, what do? You buy foods or the ingredients. You can add additional. You can add rows like by tapping 0. Make sure that your number is locked. And you also buy drinks. Buy what again? All the items you are going to need in your cooking. Okay, so let's not this. Let's delete other columns, other rows that we don't need. Then after buying your food, you prepare the food. Of course, you're going to wash your ingredients. You're going to heat your oil, fry tomato. I think you blend the tomato first before you fry it, and then cook rice. These are all under preparation of food. After preparing the food, you take it to the venue. Of course, you need to engage ushers who will serve the food. You need to transport to the venue, then arrange or decorate the venue, right? Decorate the venue, and probably serve the food. Okay, so we have a timeline for serving. You serve the food how? Maybe queue, people shall queue, or serve whichever method of serving you're going to do, and all that. So basically, we are creating a work breakdown structure here for the catering activity. And at this stage of the program, it is important to liaise with the stakeholders, which are the clients and probably the people that will benefit from the project, to have as many breakdown and information as possible. So after having all the information, you break them down under various headings, and before you go begin to add the duration for each of the activities listed here. How long will it each take? Before you come to when will each activity take place, the start and finish, and so on. But as I already said, we will be using a construction as an example. We're going to enter an already prepared work breakdown structures of construction projects here. Control. Yes, we have a work breakdown structure here for a project. This is the heading of the project: construction program for a 3-bedroom duplex at Abuja for Mr. XYZ. It is important to state the nature of the project, the location, and for whom, to make it specific. Then in the work breakdown, in construction, you have the preliminaries. Before any work starts, you have preliminary activities, which is you have to take over the site, clear the site clearance, then organize the site, and carry out a certain house, which are all under preliminaries. Then you start your substructure, which is foundation work. You're going to dig the ground, blind, fix your reinforcement, and so on. So I decided today to use construction because it involves a lot of activities. It is complicated, which means if you're able to understand this whole procedure, you can do for any other kind of project. So now that we have our work breakdown structure, which the client have approved, we will now be adding duration to each activity. The site takeover normally takes 1 day, so it takes only 1 day. Then site clearance can take up to 2 days. Site organization will take up to, let's say, 3 days. Setting out will take 2 days. You will be entering these days directly from the keyboard. Excavation, trenches, 4 days. Blinding of column, pits, like this, and so on. Make sure you enter all the days. So now we have entered all the days, all the duration for each and every one of the activities. So the next thing we'll be doing is to enter the start date for the activities. Site takeover. If the project is starting on Monday, then I'll have to take over the site before Monday. So on Saturday, I'll have to take over the site. It is then on Monday I can do my site clearance, which is 11. The site organization can start on Tuesday. Then substructure works. Uh, Let me delete this. Substructure works excavation of foundation can start on 15th, which is Friday. I want to take 10 days. That much. Let me reduce the date to 4 days. Do this one. So it automatically changes the finish date. So blinding is 1 day. No, blinding will be on Thursday, 21. That's after the completion of excavation and so on. So you are going to enter your dates accordingly. You are going to enter the date, start date and finish date for each and every one of the activities. And if you come to the right side here of panel, where you will see the bar chart or the Gantt chart showing you the duration of each activity. At the top here you have the calendar. You have 20th August 2023. So for example, this setting out, why is it showing 160 days? Setting out should use 2 days. Setting out is taking place in 1 day or 2 days on Tuesday, and other activities too have been displayed. So we have basically added all our activities and the duration for each activity, the start date and the finish date. We're going to be talking about this predecessor and resources. So what predecessor means is the relationship between each and every activity. For instance, this number 5 activity, which is site clearance, cannot start except we take over the site. So instead of wasting your time entering start date and finish date, we can just come here and write predecessor of this activity, of this number 5. The predecessor is number 4. That is, it is going to start after number 4 has been completed. So in the bar chart environment, it is going to link, it is going to show this arrow linking number 4 to number 5, meaning that number 5 will start after number 4 is completed. So link finish to start FS. Now the next one, site organization, can only start after site clearance has been done. So it means you are going to put number 5 here as the predecessor, and setting out will follow number 6. And so the substructure, which is this is a heading. Under substructure we have excavation of foundation, which will come after setting out, after number 7. So enter number 7 here, and it will be connected. Then after excavation, you are going to do your blinding, which is number 11. So number 11 will follow number 10. You write number 10 as the predecessor, and so on. Number 12, which is for reinforcement, can only come after blinding. You write number 11 here. Then number 13 can only come after number 12. You write number 13 here. So the reason, I'm supposed to write 12 not 13. The reason it is coming, they are following one another here, is because I've already pre-arranged the activities in accordance to their implementation. So that's why the program is going on in a waterfall like. So this is called waterfall project. It is going like a waterfall. So you can continue that way. Number 14, which is block work construction and foundation, can only come after casting and foundation. So write number 13 here as the predecessor, and of course after 13 is 14. Continue that way. So this is a waterfall like relationship. So in project management, you have a waterfall like relationship, and the other type is the agile. You have the agile type of relationship, where one activity doesn't have to wait for another. The two or more activities can be carried out concurrently.